I said it in a previous video and I'll say it again. My food doesn't normally look aesthetically pleasing, but trust me, my food is really nice, except this yogurt. I bought it. This is the second time I'm trying it out. Like, I hate that there are not a lot of lactose-free options. That's what I really hate. But I'm always having plain ones, so I was like, let me juice it up a bit. Maybe it's because I'm gonna be making smoothies. I'm already hating the smell. Anyways, guys, today is a Sunday. I'm doing a little bit of a Sunday reset. I just finished packing up and cleaning the kitchen and packing up the laundry and stuff like that. And now I'm going to start the cleaning, as in the sweeping, the mopping, the dusting. That thoroughly needs to be done yesterday. I think I didn't clean for last week, so it's been like 2 weeks without cleaning. So the house is a bit dusty, not messy, but dusty. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, guys. So since the house is clean, I like to go in the bedroom with this pillow mist, sleep pillow mist, aromatherapy, lavender and chamomile bedtime release. I just spray like around the bed, on the curtains, and I have a different spray for the lip. I'm prepping my lunch, and just as I wanted to make these green leafy veggies, I got reminded of this crazy story. The first time that I got to cooking at my in-laws' house. Well, you guys can't see what I'm making, but I'll show you. It won't be as aesthetically pleasing, but I don't know, how do you guys make the green leafy veggies? Because I just use my hands and I shred them apart. That's how I make my salad green leafy veggies. Now, I don't like to make them like super thin. I like my salad a little bit chunky, right? So I'm over at my in-laws' house, and it was the first time I was actually cooking there. And then my sister-in-law, I explicitly explained to her that I do not know how to cook, right? So they put me on salad duty, and that is all that I had to do. My mother-in-law was hosting a societal meeting or something of the sort. So I tell these people, no, cooking is not my forte, so like, yeah, salad duty. And as I'm done, this lady proceeds to take the whole entire salad and redoes it. She shreds the green leafy veggies she starts like slicing them up to be like kind of thin. Is that how you make your salads at your houses? Because I don't know. I wasn't offended or anything, and she didn't do it in an offensive way. She was just shocked at how I did it, and I was shocked at how she was doing it. But basically, that's that. I just put in my green pepper. I don't have a lot of veggies, so you know, with the veggie situation in BW, we're just using whatever sort of veggies that we can find. So I'm just gonna put in my cherry tomatoes, and I think that will be it. I'll show you the rest. Guys, please focus on what I said. my food always tastes delicious. So you've got your leafy vegetables. I put in my, what do you call that? Okay, and you have your cherry tomatoes, feta cheese, and I also like my chicken strips chunky. I shredded in chicken. Oh, Then I put avocado. I like to smash it, and also my salad dressing. Delicious. So, drink of choice for today. This is Oros lemon flavored. It's like lemonade. Beyonce made her album off of this. Oh yeah, I also sprinkled some lemon juice. I squished in freshly cut lemon, and the flavors are just coming together. This is a good lunch. I swear I make good food, thanks to Nara Smith. Anyway guys, I finally forced myself to do my hair. I was kind of missing my face. I watched this other movie the other day, and the mom in there was saying to the teenage kid, you know, they always go through a phase, and she was like, we miss your handsome face. And I think I was missing my face, because like having your bushy fro all over the place, you don't really get to see yourself. I think my husband was also missing my face, low key. So I'm gonna surprise him. He's been away for a couple of days, so I'm gonna surprise him when he comes home with neatly done hair. And speaking of my husband being away for a couple of days, this is kind of what I want to talk about in this video. And it's like, you know, forget the former things, forget the former glory, and move on. I'll jump into this later in the video about, you know, forgetting the former things. But then as my husband was traveling, this was really troubling my spirit. How I get really worried about him when he's traveling. I just want to call him like every second of every hour, but he's in meetings. And I just get so anxious, and I just literally pause my whole entire life just thinking about him. And this just had me thinking that, you know, sometimes some people hold on too much to the past and romanticize the past so much, while some of us, especially those who struggle with fear and anxiety, and to a certain extent depression, we tend to struggle with this, you know, whereby now you are hoarding over the fear of the future. Like you start mourning. Instead of romanticizing your future, you're mourning for terrible things that haven't happened, that haven't even happened yet, that are probably not even going to happen, you know. And I've just been going over this in my head, like, he's gonna be all right, he's gonna come back home, everything is going to be okay, you know. Sometimes I mourn future events so much that I can find myself crying over something that hasn't happened. And this is the fear taking over. And remember, in the word of the Lord it says, do not fear, for I am with you. Have I given you a spirit of fear? No, I have given you a spirit of sound mind. And I need to approach life with that sound mind, with that calmness, with that, you know, just thinking about it, even logically, it doesn't make sense. You know, people who struggle with fear, this is just so much that we need to overcome. We need to be reliant on God so much, you know, for our health, for our sanity, you know, for the sake of you moving on, you know. And I'm starting to think about this a bit more, you know. Things are going to be, overall, generally with everything in my life, things are going to work out well, and everything's going to turn out and everything's gonna be perfect. I got a new pierced earring. I hate it. When I tell you, I hate it. It's uncomfortable. When I need to blow my nose and I press on it like this, the ring touches whatever inside, and it's painful and it's just uncomfortable. It doesn't clip all the way in, so it keeps on rolling, and then it kind of like wants to roll. I hate it. Anyway, guys, what's up, everybody? Today I'm going to attempt to make the KFC biscuits. This is my first time attempting to bake anything from scratch. No, I have tried to make carrot cake before. I've made banana loaf, I've made vanilla cookies, scones, not exactly scones, but you get it. So today I'm going to try to make KFC biscuits. Let's see how that goes. It's been a long time since I've tried to bake, like probably 3 years, and the times that I attempted to bake, I had a professional baker living with me, aka my niece. I'll try to insert some of the sweet treats she used to make in here. Don't I look gorgina? My new word is gorgina. Gorgendas. This is the thing that I always do, ne? I always bite off more than I can chew. I started baking this thing at doing the whole thing at 4 p.m. and I had to leave for class at 5. And I am so slow. Like, it's not even funny. This is what's left. I had put some in the oven and I left. Let's find out what that's like. I'm so frustrated. I want to cry. I am so exhausted from this whole baking thing. I wonder how they taste even. In my defense, it is a biscuit. This is terrible. I'm having it with some milk. Hi guys, it's your girl Princess Lily M coming in with this week's edition of our video. I think I mentioned it somewhere in my vlog during the week what I'm going to be talking about this week, but basically I'm talking about my winter season. I'm talking about romanticizing the past and making the past seem more glamorous than it actually was, because I know for the most part, for most of us, we go through this and it's sort of like a weird space to be in, especially during the transition stages. And we sort of see the Israelites go through this as they are being transitioned, leaving the shackles of Pharaoh unto the promised land. And we see during that wilderness period where they're like, please, let us go back. There was a point where they're like, Moses, if there were no graves in Egypt, did you mean for us to come and die out here in the wilderness? And they're just saying all these sorts of things, But then I didn't take my Bible study further to after they've arrived in the promised land. But from what I remember, from previous Bible studies, is even when they were in the promised land, sometimes they'll be grumbling, sometimes they'll be, complaining. All they had was manna, and sometimes it was a bit of a complaint to them, and it was a bit of struggle, and sometimes they'll be thinking back to those days in Egypt, right? And the reference for scripture today, we are just getting it from Exodus 14. This whole chapter is really great, especially when you want to talk about romanticizing the past, right? Especially when you just want to get over that place. Because I feel like I am in that kind of a season whereby sometimes I'm just like, excuse me, I shouldn't have moved from Maung. It was such a bad decision on my part. Like, why didn't I see it? I'm out here struggling, unemployed. Okay, I'm not sad, but sometimes I can make it seem as if I'm sad, and that's the thing, because you're wallowing and thinking about the past. You can make it up into the thing that in your current life, in your current situation, in your present state, you are sad, you're depressed, you're anxious, and which is really not the case most of the time, as I'm experiencing it right now. That is not the case. It's just a case of the certain factors that will sometimes make me uncomfortable, but those are the things that you have to go through in life, right? For example, because I'm unemployed, sometimes I can feel like, I really, really want and desire that financial independence. And it can make me so frustrated to the point that I start thinking, I wish I never left, So just, as you go through life and you start wallowing, think about the past and what it is that you miss. Most of the times you would see that it is just one significant thing that you think would make your life much better. But then now you have to because then now you have to move on and see life for what it is at that present and current state. For example, where I am right now, I'm not struggling. I'm not like, in a financial dismay. It's not crazy, it's not hectic. I'm really okay. It's just that thing of, I want to go buy a cake. Can I get a cake for myself right now, sort of situation. But really, when you think through it, it's not a reason for me to go back. And most of the times when we are in our season where we need to leave, there are signs, there are things that show us that this is not where I'm supposed to be. It is time to leave. It is time to end this chapter. It is time to end this relationship. It is time to move on from this job. It is time to move out from my mother's house. It is time to, just making major, even relocate. When I was moving back to Gabs, I remember everything did not agree with me, okay? Everything was telling me that it is time to go, sis. Your time in this place, it is up. Your season in this place, it is up. You have learned what you were supposed to learn. Move on. Take the W, which is a win, and move on from this place, which was really great, right? So in Exodus 14, verses 13, we hear where Moses answered the people, "Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see deliverance, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Egyptians you see today, you will never see again. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." So he is calling them out to stand firm in what they believe in, to stand firm in the decision that they have made, to be still. And how many times does the Bible call us out to be still, to know that he is God, to trust in him in and out of season? So this is an encouragement, child of God, that in your season, this was supposed to be in my winter season, but I find myself dwelling more on the wilderness season. But whichever season you are and it's in an uncomfortable situation, God has greater things for you. He always does. We just have to know how to access this. we just have to know how to live in contentment. The other thing, that I want to highlight. Yeah. Oh, and then God. In verse 15, he goes on to say, then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Child of God, if this is not the sign that you need, I don't know what else. I don't know. You just need to move on. You just need to close that chapter. That living with your mother was not working out for a reason. You need to close it. You need to move on, and you need to heal. For the most part, what we often forget or what we often leave behind is the healing part from whatever it is that you went through that was maybe traumatic, hurtful, and you had to leave the season for whatever reason. Sometimes it was a really good and happy place. Sometimes people think that in your worst, you were not happy. I've seen these videos on TikTok do the rounds whereby people say, show where you were laughing and nobody knew, and it was them seemingly at their happiest. You can be genuinely happy, you can be genuinely enjoying, but really in a really, really tough situation. Maybe the people around you are making it easy on you, and as you move on, you sort of don't want to leave that place. You sort of don't want to leave that because you're afraid to move on. It is okay. You need healing from that as well, and healing doesn't always mean therapy. Healing can sometimes come from you taking up like something where you're going to get to know yourself again. Like for me, it was going to the gym when I was in Maung, and for you it can be whatever it is, as you get to know yourself again, and then you move on peacefully, and you get to live in the moment. I've come to this place whereby it is so important for me to be present in the current season that I am in, right? I've mentioned previously how I also sometimes romanticize negativity and bad things happening in my future, and this cripples me. It has me in so much fear that I don't even do anything. If this is you, child of God, I pray healing and deliverance over your life in Jesus' mighty name, because we need to be free. We need to live lives as authentic and as genuine as we can. You don't have to. What if it works out? Actually, what if things go according to your plan and as you have submitted it to God? And with that, as I close and encourage you, this scripture has encouraged me so much in the past, which is from Deuteronomy 30, verses 18. I declare to you this day that you will certainly be destroyed. You will not live. Verse 19. Sorry about that, child of God. This day I call heaven and earth as witness against you that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life so that you and your children may live. Okay? God, He's sovereign. He's beautiful. He is God. He has nothing to prove, literally. Okay? So He gives us the choice, the free will to choose, right? He of course cautions us to choose life. He is the caring God that He is, right? So we make our choices, we present them to God. He's given us that free will, So pray about it and ask God where He's leading you in this season, and submit even your own plans, and He will guide you through it, and He will see to it that you are good and well. Okay, child of God, this is all that I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning into my video. I love you so much. I post faith-based content here on YouTube every Thursday. Be sure to look out for my videos. I've been so consistent. I'm so proud of myself. I love you.